afternoon, everyone. I am just setting up everything because today has been an amazing and interesting day all in the same. So, this has been definitely a day for the books already. I don't know about anybody else, but there have been so many things going on in the atmosphere. I don't know if you're feeling it or whatever, but definitely this has been one for the for the books already. So I just want to say thank you first for joining me. For those of you who are joining me, for those who are joining me on the live, on um, Zoom, on YouTube, on TikTok, welcome. This is Training for Life. I'm Shantell Smith, and please know that we are definitely going forward. Today is day 4. How many of you know 4 is my number? 4. Today is day 4. And as a little girl, that became my thing because I would always say it's me, God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus, and the 4 of us together, we can handle anything. As a child, that was my mindset. Now I understand and overstand and understand that because I have the Spirit of God in me, that all of them are with me and I am empowered. And so, whether if I only see me and feel them, or if I only feel them and I'm still in the background trying to figure out what's going on, just know that we are all empowered and we're still going to move forward. So now today we are talking about day 4. Day 4 is movement is medicine. How many of you have come to the Facebook group, the private group? How many of you have asked for an invite? How many of you have signed in, checked in, and tried to connect? How many of you, I keep checking, I'm making sure anyone that is requesting, I make sure every morning and every night before I shut it down, I answer all requests and I invite the people in because guess what? We are doing this and we are doing this together. We are growing together. We are becoming stronger. And I'm excited about what's going on. I don't know about you all, but if you can feel it rising within you, let me know. Talk to me. Let me see some hearts. Let me see some heart meets. Let me see some thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Okay, so yes, you all are with me and we're feeling this, right? So today's activity, we're going to walk or move intentionally for 20 minutes. As you can tell, I already done mine. So our scripture for today is Isaiah 40, verse 31. And if you don't know what that scripture says, I'm just going to read it really quickly. And it says this really simple. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. One of the beautiful things about it, they shall mount up on wings as eagles. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not faint. We know it, right? Okay, so they will rise above weariness. That's literally what it says to us. Continue forward without being overcome and walk faithfully without giving up. I need for you to understand the magnitude of what that's saying because when we wait on God, it is not wasted time. It's not us just aimlessly waiting there like, No, in scripture, whenever it says wait, I'm talking about grab your apron, grab you a napkin, grab you some kind of serving pan and get to work. We're going to wait, right? That means we're going to start serving. We're going to become the greatest of the servers, right? And as we trust him, he restores our strength for the next steps. That's the part I need for you all to understand, to grasp, to hold on to. He's going to restore us. So now, if we're talking about this 30-day journey of growth, healing, and accountability, we are in this. So good afternoon. We are here. This is it. Movement is medicine. Let's talk about the medicine and the dosage, right? Okay. So movement is not only about changing your weight, your appearance, or your physical size. Movement literally can help reconnect our bodies. It can release tension. It can shift your emotional energy. It can even remind ourselves, remind us that we are still capable of taking the next steps forward. Do you know that I don't watch TV often, but my husband loves to watch Grey's Anatomy. He only likes the first couple of seasons. So he watches them over and over just so he can go to sleep to. Something that he doesn't have to think about or whatever that draws his attention away, but he can drift off. Okay. So now One of the things I did love about Grey's Anatomy, whenever they had a bad day, um, Christina and Meredith, whenever they had a bad day, they would get together. They would turn on a song and they would just start dancing and jumping, right? Moving, moving, moving. Why? Because movement is medicine. It releases all of that trapped emotion, trapped trauma, everything that your body is holding. Because remember, the body keeps the score. And that's what I need for you to understand. Your body is keeping a score, even though you didn't even know you were in a game, you were in a battle, you were in a contest, you were in a situation where there were being tallies made, right? So your body is keeping the score. It's being held and locked inside of you. So guess what? Movement is medicine. The more you move, the more it will release. You literally have seen, I don't know if you've seen commercials on social media about the somatic exercises. Baby, if you've never done those exercises, especially the hips, the legs, the abdomen, the chest openers, if you've never done those exercises, you have no idea how freeing it feels to open up and release all of that tension that's been stored in your body in the various places and spaces, right? To release what's been pent up inside of you, sometimes from generation to generation to generation, right? And as we release this, it gives us the space and the opportunity to enlarge our capacity, right? Love it. Okay, so now as we are doing this, we're shifting the energy, right? We can move, movement can help us to reconnect with our bodies. It helps us to release that tension, shift that emotional energy, remind ourselves that we are still capable of taking the next step. So sometimes we think movement only counts when it's intense, when it's difficult, when we're exhausted and or we can barely talk when we're doing it. We may not even believe this, but did you know that if you don't have a gym membership, you can still reach these goals and it be sustainable? Can I tell you, when I lost the first 72 pounds of my over 100 pounds that I've lost, like 115, but the first 72 pounds was lost in my little living room in front of my television. um, I would either turn on my TV or I turn YouTube on my tablet. But I had my weighted hula hoop. I had a few hand weights, a couple of ankle weights. I didn't put them on my ankles. I had them and I put them actually wrapped them around my hands. So when I threw a punch, I'm toning, right? I did all of that, change my diet, change how I drink, how I eat, change my mindset, all in a small little space in my living room with my little mat and some friends who supported me in a private Facebook group. We did from January to July 1st, we did 6 30-day challenges. And during those 6 30-day challenges, I had a group of women who were so freaking phenomenal, and they are still phenomenal today to me, okay? And so if any of them are watching, I love you ladies. And they were all over from Georgia to Kansas to Missouri to, to Canada. They were all over. And we were all over and we were together. We were working out at different times. You got in where you fit in, right? Wherever you could fit it in, that's where you got in. Sometimes I was up at 12 o'clock at night getting my workout in because the day started off with a bang, ended with a twist. And guess what? I still had to do what I had committed to. So we worked out for 3 days. On the fourth day, we rested. And so I need for you all to understand, it does not have to be something super difficult, but I want you to know that movement is medicine. And so have you taken your medicine today? All right. So now you don't need special equipment. You just need your body weight to start off with. A perfect routine, guess what? I don't think there is one. It may be perfect for today. On your low capacity day, it still may be overwhelming, so you don't even get all that in. But I do my 50-50-50s because guess what? I'm in my 50s. And so because I'm in my 50s, what do? I do 50 push-ups. I do 50 leg lifts on each side. I do 50 squats. I do my 50-50-50s. You get it? I do 2 exercises for each body area, 50 reps each. That's the 50-50-50s, okay? So if you don't feel like working out today, if nothing else, commit to doing what, if you're in your 40s, you're 40-40-40s. If you're in your 30s, you're 30-30-30s. If you're in your 60s, guess what? I'm pushing you. We're doing our 60-60-60s, okay? That's how we're doing this. And I challenge you, do it, try it. You just may like what you're finding out is the end result, right? So without that perfect routine, which we know there is not one, right? Or an uninterrupted hour before we can begin. We don't need any of those things. We don't need an uninterrupted hour because guess what? A lot of times I don't get a whole hour in before the phone starts ringing, before something happens, before I get a notification that I need to take care of something. You just have to roll with the punches. Learn to be flexible so that you don't get bent out of shape. I learned that when I was a younger lady, and I say, excuse me, say that and live by it all the time, right? But today, we are removing the pressure. That's what we're doing here today. Movement can look like walking outside in nature, walking through my house or your house, stretching, dancing. Turn on your favorite 80s and 90s and get it on, okay? Do what you need to do using a vibration plate for 30 minutes. And while you're on there, you can stretch. You can do some squats while you're on there. While I'm on my vibration plate, I will actually do going up on my toes, lifting my arms over my head 50 times, 50 squats. I get my little band, resistance band, and I'm getting my arms in, out to the sides, on each side, going back, going over my head, but I'm getting it in. Do you see what I mean? While I'm on the vibration plate. So I'm getting more for more bang for my buck or for my time, right? Here's the thing. Whether you're doing chair yoga or whether you are practicing gentle mobility, whether you're moving um, just around, whether you're just literally doing some movements of your body, any part of your body, it does not matter. But movement is medicine. The more you move, the more it's going to help your body, right? Moving in whatever way is safely supporting your body. The goal is not punishment. The goal is connection. You hear me? Connection, not punishment. So when we have experienced stress or grief, disappointment or burnout or emotional exhaustion, it can easily be disconnecting from our bodies. It will cause us to disconnect. And so instead of us staying disconnected, I challenge you, do some breath work. Move your body. You may spend some time surviving in survival mode, thinking, planning, whatever, or even just caring for everyone else, right? And we forget sometimes to care for ourselves. How many of us know that we put ourselves on the back burner way too many times, and it gets difficult for us to continue to move forward sometimes because some of us have lost ourselves on the back burner, right? We put ourselves on the back burner and then didn't and forgot when we were packing up to move that we were on the back burner. So I challenge you, take some time to stop and notice what our own body is saying. What is your body saying that it needs today? Today, I want you to just slow down and ask, what kind of movement will feel supportive to my body today? It doesn't have to be a whole dissertation that you answer, but just be honest, not punishment, not overwhelming, not based in comparison, supportive. Isaiah 40, verse 31 reminds us that our strength can be renewed. Renewal does not always mean that we suddenly feel powerful or energetic, right? Sometimes renewed strength looks like getting out of bed that day and pulling the covers up behind you. Sometimes it feels like walking for 5 minutes. Sometimes it looks like taking one deep breath before you respond in a stressful situation. Sometimes it's just standing up and stretching at your desk because you know you've been there for a while and you got a lot of stuff that you got to knock out. So you stand up, you stretch, and you move your body a little bit while you're standing and stretching. You decide that you will not abandon yourself today. That's it. That's it. Strength does not always roar like a lion. Sometimes it whispers like the wind. Did you catch that? Okay, so now if that resonated with you, get your heart meets in. Give me some thumbs up. There we go. Thank you. Yes, if that resonates with you, because what I want you to understand is this. The word try again. Sometimes strength says, take one more step, try one more time, believe in yourself one more time. You've got this. Sometimes strength gives you the permission to modify the plan instead of quitting completely. Remember, we talked about that. We are not restarting, we are resuming. So, what does that look like? That looks like you being gracious to yourself. That looks like you showing yourself the same love and consideration and compassion that you show to total strangers on the streets. But you're going to show it to the person who walks with you every single day, the person who sees you, knows you, and we are rebuilding the trust in that person and in us, right? Right. So that's what this journey is teaching us, that we are learning how to remain accountable without becoming cruel to ourselves. How important is that to anybody? That is vital. That was vital for me to learn. I can be accountable to me without being cruel to me. So for today's practice, begin by checking in with your body. Only you can check in with your body and know what you're truly feeling, what you're truly sensing, what you're truly understanding and willing and wanting to do. So ask yourself, where am I holding tension in my body? What feels stiff, tired, or heavy in my body? I can only answer this for me, just like you can only answer for you, right? Right. Ask yourself, what movement is available to me right now? Even if we're sitting here and we just put our arms up and bring them back down. We do some chest opening exercises, going back on one side, going back on the other side. Chest opening, right? We roll our shoulders back. We roll our neck. The little things, right? It does not have to be something super difficult or super hard. What it has to be is you showing up for you. That's the important part, right? So then you choose the level of movement. You choose. No one can choose that for you, but you choose it. If your energy is limited, divide it into 2 10-minute sessions. You can divide into 4 5-minute sessions. However, you get your 20 minutes in of movement, get it in. If your energy is limited, divide it. If your energy feels even more limited and your capacity is super low today, guess what? Do 5 minutes. And then when you stop for lunch, do 5 more minutes. Or some of you've already had lunch. But if, when you take your 15-minute breaks, take 5 minutes of that break. Get on the vibration plate just for 5. You don't have to do the whole 10, just for 5. Limit it until you feel that you have reached your capacity for that moment. If today is especially difficult, like I said, that gentle 5 minutes, intentional movement, and honor that your minimum is commitment. I'm committed to the minimum, right? Gentle movement still counts because it's movement and it's forward inertia, right? It's momentum. We're building momentum. Beginning again still counts. So guess what? We're resuming. So we're not going to begin again. We're going to resume where we left off, right? We're going to do just enough so that we are still honoring what we said we would do, but we're not stretching ourselves past or beyond our capacity. So as you move, pay attention to more than the distance or the speed. Notice your breathing. Notice how your feet connect with the ground. Notice your surroundings. Listen for the birds singing. Listen for the water running. Look and listen to nature all around you. Notice whether your shoulders begin to relax. You may even repeat this declaration. I'm going to give you a declaration. With every step, I am reconnecting with my strength. You like that one? Yeah. With every step, I'm reconnecting with my strength. With every breath, I am creating room for healing. With every breath, I am creating room for healing. I do not have to move perfectly. I only have to move intentionally. I don't have to move perfectly. I only have to move intentionally. Today's gratitude prompt is this: what strength showed up for you today? So yours will be for me today. What strength showed up for me today? Do not limit strength to major accomplishments. Please don't. Please don't. Maybe your strength showed up when you got dressed. Maybe your strength showed up when you chose not to give up. Maybe your strength showed up when you asked for help today. Maybe it showed up when you took a walk, even though you did not feel motivated. Maybe it showed up when you rested before your body forced you to stop. Showing that compassion to yourself, right? Maybe your strength showed up as honesty, as patience, as restraint, as courage, as prayer, or the willingness to resume. Take time to recognize your strength. So we often move so quickly towards the next responsibility that we fail to acknowledge how much strength it took to make it through the current moment. Acknowledge how much it took for you to press past what you were feeling, what you were thinking. Imagine if you just take that moment and breathe deep. Hold it at the top. Breathe out in your mouth. Mm. Imagine, what does that feel like? To just breathe for a moment, to pause, and to honor the evidence that you are still growing. You're still improving. Say it with me. My body is not my enemy. I will move with compassion. I will honor my current capacity and trust that small intentional steps are building greater strength within me. Do you feel that? And after completing this activity today, I want you to check in with yourself. Go to the private Facebook group. Day 4. Put the green and white check mark if you completed your 20 minutes. If you had to modify it, put a purple heart. And if today was that day that you needed to take a step back, rest, and return, put your green leaf there. I'm okay with that. Whatever it took for you to get to this point today, acknowledge that in yourself and for yourself. What strength showed up for you today? Acknowledge it. Honor it. Remember, this is not a competition. It's not. We are not comparing bodies, abilities, pace, or progress. We're not. We are learning to honor our bodies while strengthening our relationship with consistency. How does that feel? If you're in agreement, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts. We are honoring our bodies while strengthening our relationship with consistency. One day at a time, one choice at a time, one transformed life at a time. Does that make sense? And so I can honestly tell you, I didn't have as many questions today, but I do have a few, so I'm going to go through them really quickly, or at least try to go quickly. So bear with me, right? So now, the question that came up, let's see here. Why is movement medicine? Like, what does that mean? Why are you saying that? Because I say it a lot. Movement is medicine. It means physical movement can support several areas of your health. On top of supporting those areas, that includes your sleep, your mood, your cardiovascular system, your health overall, your strength, your mobility, and your brain function. Movement can improve all of that. Why? Because when we move, we get hits of dopamine. Dopamine is our friend. It gives us that that extra oomph on top of our sass, right? To make us go a little further. It does not mean that movement cures every condition or it replaces professional care. No, but movement is one important part of a comprehensive wellness plan. Move your body. I hear the song playing. I like to move it. Yes, movement is medicine. Number 2, does walking really count as exercise? It does. It really does. Walking is accessible. It's an acceptable and accessible form of aerobic activity. Here's the thing. It can support your health, your heart health, your brain health, your sleep, your mood, your physical functions, all of that. But you do not need expensive equipment or even a gym membership to begin. You can go out your front door and you can just walk. Walk around your block. And time yourself. And you're not walking for speed. Like I said, I can tell people, if you're walking and you're trying to lose some weight, okay, yeah, speed up the pace a little bit. But if you're just moving your body to get the health benefits, just go out in nature and walk. If you don't have pets and you have a fenced-in backyard and you can go out there, take off your shoes and walk with your feet on the ground, in the grass, grounding yourself. All of these things are beneficial for different reasons, and it's all helping. Start with a pace and a duration that feels manageable, and then you progress gradually. Progression looks like speeding up the pace. Progression looks like walking further. Progression looks like taking a heel. Progression looks like ordering a weighted vest and putting it on. But you're building to that. You don't have to start there, right? Number 3, must I complete all 20 minutes at once? I already told you that. No, not at all. Please don't push yourself if you don't feel that you have the capacity to do so today. You may divide the activity into 2 10-minute sessions, 4 5-minute sessions, or another manageable combination that works for you. Remember, this is about you, not me, right? Government guidelines recognizes that activity can be accumulated throughout the day and the week. Notice I said government, right? Which government am I talking about? That all depends on which one you honor, okay? So small periods of intentional movement still contribute to your health. Even if you're at your desk and you decide to stand up and walk in place to the count of 100, while lifting your hands every time one knee goes up. Lift your arms up over your head. Simple enough, right? Do you know what that does, though? It gets your heart circulating. Every morning, I make myself a canister of herbal tea. My husband calls it some leaves and twigs. That's okay. But those leaves and twigs help me manage my health. And guess what? I put a dash of cayenne pepper in all of my tea. Why? Because it's heart health. It helps the circulation. You have to know what works for you. And then you do that, right? So now, how hard should I exercise? For moderate to intense movements. That's what you're looking for. So you should generally be breathing harder while still being able to carry on a conversation. So you have your best friend there and y'all walking, y'all can still laugh and talk, but y'all walking and that breath is coming a little bit more consistently. It's coming a little faster, a little harder, right? This is commonly called that talk test. Can you have a conversation while you're still working out? That's the limit that you're going for, right? During vigorous movements, speaking more than a few words becomes kind of difficult. It does. But guess what? Today's challenge does not require vigorous exercise. Choose an intensity that is appropriate for your health and your current capacity. Remember, this is not about you pushing yourself to the limit. No. We understand you are lying here, you roar. Roar, we're in Leo season. Go for it. But what I'm saying to you is this. We are learning how to honor our bodies, how to listen to what our bodies are saying, because our bodies work with us. They're not our enemy. They're not working against us. And in order for us to work together, that means we have to listen to each other. There has to be open doors of communication. It can't be a bike path on one side and a highway on the other side, right? Open communication, equal open pathways, right? So you choose what's appropriate for you. Number 5, what can I do when I feel emotionally exhausted or am grieving, overwhelmed, mentally tired? Choose movement that feels supportive rather than demanding, okay? So if just getting on the vibration plate for 30 minutes or for 20 minutes, that's all we're going for today, 20 minutes. Then get on the vibration plate for 20 minutes and let that be your 20 minutes. See how that works? I'm not trying to stretch your capacity all in one day. No, but showing up every day is slowly and gently causing you to trust you again and increase your capacity. You might take a slow walk. You might stretch gently, sway to music. You may use a chair-based exercise or routine, right? Or move for 5 minutes instead of 20. Movement may help reduce short-term feelings of anxiety. It supports your sleep, but it does not erase grief, exhaustion, overwhelm. It doesn't erase it, nor does it eliminate the need for emotional support. So what I need for you to do is be generous and kind to yourself. I beg of thee, okay? Because you deserve it. We're learning to show up for ourselves. We're learning to be consistent within ourselves, doing what we said we were going to do for us. That's what we're here for, right? So grief-sensitive movements ask, what will support me today rather than how hard can I push myself? What will support you today? Number 6, what should I do if walking hurts my knees, my hips, my feet, or my back? Don't force yourself through sharp, worsening, or unusual pain. Simple. You can sit on your vibration plate and still get the benefits of it. Sit and put your arms on it. And guess what? I even challenge myself and lift one leg, or I lift both legs. But that's after you been there for a while and been doing it and you're building up some muscle. Okay? But literally sit on it if you're too tired to stand. Sit. I'm not asking you to push yourself past any limits. I'm asking you to check in with your body and do what feels supported and right. Consider low impact options such as seated movements, water exercises. Go get in the pool and just walk across the shallow end. Just walk. I'm not asking you to run. I'm not asking you to do no pool weights. Just walk. A stationary bike, gentle movement at work. Another activity that can be recommended if you work in an office building, instead of taking the elevator to the 3rd floor, take your time and walk up the steps. It doesn't have to be this super, super huge movement. No, but all movement can be therapeutic and medicine. So if you have a disability or chronic condition or mobility limitations, This can often slow you down, but guess what? It does not prohibit you. You can do something, move your body. Even if you're just rolling your neck, hunching your shoulders, bring them back down. Hunching them shoulders, bring them up to your ears and bring them back down. Turn it sideways in the chair. Lift one leg at a time in the chair and slowly bring it back down. Right? Number 7, is movement only valuable when it helps me lose weight? No, 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 and no. Okay? Remember I told you no is a complete sentence all by itself and it doesn't need an explanation. Physical activity offers important health benefits independent of weight loss. Did you know that? Yes, we know that, right? So movement can support your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your heart health, your sleep, your mood, your bone health, your muscle strength, your balance, your brain health, and the ability to complete everyday activities. What I learned as I was doing my menopause certification is, do you know that women who are postmenopausal, if they were to fall and injure their hips, whether they have surgery from the fall or not, it has been documented that somewhere between 65 and 73% of them will end up either an invalid or passing away within 1 year of that fall if they have not started strengthening their lower body parts. So when I say strengthen your lower body parts, baby, can you get up from a chair, a seated position in a chair without using your hands? You want to know why I'm always talking about a squat or a backwards lunge? Why I tell you I do my 50-50-50s and people like, you're actually doing push-ups? Yes, I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing the real ones. I'm not doing the on knees. I'm doing the real ones. I'm doing back lunges. I'm doing squats and I'm taking it down as low as I can go. And I'm coming back up and trying not to hold on, grab onto nothing. Why? Because I need to know that my muscular structure is strong enough to support me. I don't want to slow down in my walking speed. I want to be able to speed up. I want to be able to still strike out running and make my grandkids have to for real run to catch up with me. Remember, I have 6 grandsons. They don't play fair and they surely don't play easy. Okay. So I have to get out there. I had to get rough and tough. I had to remind myself and remember how to climb a tree, how to climb a fence. Right. So with all of these activities, you have to remember your body deserves care at every size and at every stage. So let's show it some care and attention. Why is movement especially important during menopause and midlife? Hormonal and age-related changes can affect your bones, your muscle, your cardiovascular. It increases your cardiovascular risk. It affects your sleep, your mood, and your body composition. Regular aerobics, weight bearing. And when I say weight bearing, yes, I started off with just my body weight. Now I'm up to using 15-pound weights in both hands, and I'm doing my Russian, lifts. I'm deadlifts. I'm doing squats with them, and I'm doing full sumo squats with 2 15-pound weights. Why? Because I'm trying to rebuild the muscular structure, because as we age, we lose muscle. It is vital to you to maintain your muscle mass and increase your muscle mass. And so with this, I say to you, don't be afraid and think that I don't want to bulk up. Sweetheart, you can doggone use all the weights you want, unless you out here lifting weights like you bench pressing with The Rock. Very rarely will you bulk up after postmenopausal. Once you're postmenopausal, very rarely will you bulk up. You will tone up. You will sexy up. You will get fine and up, okay? But baby, you will not bulk up like that, okay? And then let's see here. Walking is meaningful beginning to this regimen. It was, because I started with just simply walking. And Long-term midlife wellness plans should always include strength training, balance exercises, and I even started making sure that I do cross-body punches, taking my legs and crossing the median line of my body. Why? Because you're now having both sides of your brain fire. Why? Because we're staving off dementia. We're staving off Alzheimer's. I'm not claiming any of it. And guess what? It will not catch me. It has to catch me. And it's going to have to run because guess what? I can run. Okay. Number 9, should I warm up and cool down? Absolutely. You know, there's some jokes out there on social media where some guys or women or whatever, they'll be on the back of their truck and they'll be doing something. And they're like, you know, back in my 20s and 30s, I would just jump down off this truck and I would keep it moving, right? Now, I sit my tail down, I slide to the edge, I hang my legs off, and then I ease myself down. Now, we laugh at the video, absolutely. But how many of you actually hurt something doing something so simple that you've done all the time or that you do all the time? Right. So be particular about how you begin to incorporate or go into your movement and your motions. Listen, moderate or vigorous, you need to warm up and you need to cool down. And I tell people, cool down includes some deep stretches. It includes some of those foam rollers. It includes some massage gun nowadays, okay? Absolutely. So the American Heart Association, it recommends that gradually increasing your breathing and your heart rate at the beginning and then gradually reducing it. Don't just stop working out and be like, whoo, bent over, deep breathing, hands on your thighs, like, whoo, that was a good workout, sweating. No. Start walking in place, lifting your arms, and slowly slow it down. Don't just stop. Just like I tell people, don't just jump up and start running. Now, if something chasing you, different story, different scenario altogether. I advise you to kick it in the doggone gear and pick them up and put them down and get it moving. Right? Yes. But if you're talking about just walking and working out, gradually warm up and cool down approximately 5 to 10 minutes before and after, right? To help your body transition safely. So for today's walk, begin slowly, and then you can increase your pace, or you can increase the length, or you can have your weighted vest on, and then you can hit a heel, however you want to do it. But just remember, you want to stay hydrated, right? And I always tell you, don't just drink stuff. Speak to whatever you're drinking. Speak to your water. I speak to my clove and mint and watermelon juice water. I speak to it. I tell it when I drink you, I want you to not just hydrate my cells on a deeper level, but flush out anything in the cell that is dead, dying, or not serving me. Wash it out and flush it out. And when you exit my body, take it with you. Do you give your food and water instructions? Right. Okay, so now, and then number 10, when should I stop exercising? Stop if you're experiencing pain, if you're dizzy, if you're faint, if you having that faint feeling, you know how we feel kind of lightheaded before you faint, extreme or unusual shortness of breath, or if something simply feels off or wrong, I advise you to stop then. Chest pain, pressure, especially when accompanied by shortness of breath, nausea, sweating, or dizziness, right? All of this requires immediate medical attention, but at the most, sitting down and hydrating. Are you putting Celtic salt on your tongue at least once or twice a day with all this heat that we have, right? And as you're drinking water, put it on your tongue so that you can get the trace minerals in it into that vagus nerve that's under your tongue, and then start drinking your water, right? And so people with chronic medical conditions or injuries, significant mobility concerns, or a long period of inactivity should seek individualized guidance, meaning find you someone who is a specialist, find you someone who is a not just a nutritionist, but a physical therapist or someone who is a coach that can help you figure out what best ways to move your body safely so that you can start building back the strength in your body. We are not out here trying to just push ourselves and go hard or go home. No, what we're trying to do is gradually teach ourselves that consistency is the key. And we're learning to honor our bodies by consistently showing up for ourselves. So use this, that 5, 10, 5, right? If it's, if it's one of those days. First 5 minutes, move slow and allow your body to warm up. 10 minutes of sustained movement at a comfortable, intentional pace. Notice I said intentional pace, meaning you're looking for breathy conversation, but you still can have a conversation, right? And then 5 minutes to reduce your pace and your speed and your breath to slow down so you can breathe deeper and cool down. 3 levels of capacity for you to check for, right? Before beginning today, identify your capacity. It's important. Say green. If you have enough energy to do the 20 minutes all at one time, it's green. It's a go. Let's go for it, right? Yellow. I need to divide the activity up to smaller sections, right? And reduce the intensity. It's like eating that elephant. I'm going to take small bites and I'm going to chew good and sufficiently before I start swallowing. And I'm going to chew that good before I even think about where I'm biting next. That's a yellow. And then red, my body needs to rest today. I may need some medical attention. Today, it's going to be a very gentle movement type of day. I need to reset and resume, not restart, right? And just remember, modification is not failure. It's not. It is informed leadership. And who are you first leading? You. So the movement menu looks kind of like this. Choose one activity that supports your body, whether it's walking outdoors or indoors, chair-based movement, whether it's a gentle stretch and mobility exercises, whether it's dancing for several songs, water exercises, stationary cycling, or walking on a treadmill, light housework movement, yoga or Tai Chi, vibration plate movement when appropriate, walking while praying or listening to an encouraging message or podcast. Listen. I need for you all to understand this more than anything else. Learning to check in with yourself is vital because your body is sending you cues. It's sending you messages. And if you don't listen, guess what? It's eventually going to start screaming and shut you down. How many of us know about the shutdown? Right. And we don't want it. I don't want it for you, and I'm sure you don't want it for you. So learn to check in with your body and see where it is. What's the capacity today, right? So that body checks in looks like this. Before moving, ask, what does my body feel right now? Where am I holding tension in my body? Mm-hmm. What movement feels available today? We're not worried about yesterday or tomorrow. Do I need challenge, release, grounding, or rest today? And I know you all saw me almost yawn, so I'm sure you all know what I need today, but I wanted to make sure that I showed up for you all as well as showing up for myself. I did do my workout. I will take some time after I have a few more meetings so that I can rest, but I want to make sure that you all understand. If I'm doing this for me, I need for you to do this for you, right? Strength evidence journaling. Oh, after your movement first, though, after your movement, I want you to ask yourself this one question. One question. What changed in my breathing, in my thoughts, my energy level, or my emotions after the movement? Think about that. What changed? And then the strength evidence journal. Complete these 3 sentences for me. Strength showed up when I did what? Strength showed up when I did what? Next question is, my body supported me by doing what? My body supported me by doing what? Next one is, I honored my body when I, and what did you do? Remember, these are journal prompts. I want you to use them. I honored my body when I did what? Last but not least, tomorrow I will support myself by doing what? So if movement is medicine, movement is care, it's not punishment, right? You don't have to dislike your body before you decide to care for it. Please care for it while you have it and your capacity to do so. Any movement is better than none. So get up and start moving, right? A 5-minute movement session is a beginning and it can become part of a sustainable lifestyle. But guess what? It was movement. It was you moving your body, you taking that opportunity to say, I'm going to do more than just sit here, stand here, be here, right? Consistency matters more than intensity. Begin at a manageable level and increase the frequency, the duration, and the intensity gradually. So for me, I built up to my 50-50-50s. I started off with 20. After 3 days, I went up to 25. After 3 more days, I went up to 30. After 30, I went to 35. Then I went to 40. So on and so on. See where I'm going with this? Build up to where you want to go. Don't just jump out there and think, oh, I'm going to do 50 push-ups and this is going to be amazing. I got this. Is that showing yourself some love, some grace? Right. Listen to your body. Discomfort from appropriate effort is different than sharp, unusual, or worsening pain. And that's not what we're trying to do. Walking is a beginning, not the entire plan. So a balanced long-term routine includes aerobic movement, muscle strengthening, flexibility exercises, and balance activities. Can you stand on one foot for 1 minute? With your arms out to your side, moving that one leg that's lifted, move it forward, bring it back to its location, but don't put it on the floor. Take it out to the side and then take it back. All of those movements. Do that for 1 minute and see what it does for you, right? Don't compare your body to anyone else's. Don't compare your abilities to anyone else's. You don't know what they've been through, what they've grown through, what they've overcome. Please don't let the smile fool you. Some of the most beautiful smiles are attached to some of the most deadliest people. I need for you to understand that your movement should reflect your health, your capacity, the stage of life that you're in, and your available resources. That may not look like mine. If you need a trainer pushing you all the way, then go get your trainer. I don't necessarily need to push because I can push myself. But sometimes I do like the company, somebody to talk to, right? So rest is part of movement stewardship. Recovery allows the body to adapt and helps make continued activity possible. Rest is important. They have a whole stage called rest and digest. It's counter and opposite of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is fight, flight, freeze, fawn. So grief and strength can coexist. I keep telling you all this. Exhaustion and strength can coexist. My body is not my enemy. I will move with compassion, honor my present capacity, and trust that each intentional step is helping me rebuild strength and trust in me. I do not have to move perfectly. We just have to move in progress, move forward consistently. I only have to move faithfully. And so the daily check in, like I said, completed, modified, rest, and return. Totally up to you. You decide how you want to show up for you. But join the Facebook group. If you have not joined, it's going to be Training for Life, T4L, 30-day journey of growth. What is it? Growth. Brain just went blank. So just help me. Just help me. Just help me. I believe it's growth, healing, and accountability. And so with that, I want you all to know that you're not alone in this journey. I'm here and I'm showing up because I'm showing you that I'm not going to leave you. It may feel some type of way, it may look some type of way, but just know that I'm still here. I'm going to show up and we're going to get this done together. I love you all to life. Go forth, have a blessed, prosperous day. And I'm going to stop the live.